Welcome to Sally Melodies classroom, where we learn basic music. I thought it is good we do a simple exercise on how we can be dividing or splitting the notes so that we get smaller units of the notes, and especially when we are doing the grouping and composing. When we talk about a whole note, we are talking about a semi-breve. And when we talk about a half note, we are talking about a minim. A quarter note, that is a crotchet. Eighth note, that is a quaver. 16th note, a semiquaver. It is just the way you can take an orange and you split it into two equal halves. So this is one half and the other half to give you the whole orange. In this case of semi-breve, when you split this, it will give you two minims. And then you go ahead and split it again into four equal halves. That is where we have a crotchet, a crotchet, a crotchet, and another crotchet. Remember we said in the time signature, we have the upper number. For example, if it is 2, 4, we have the upper number and we have the lower number. The upper number tells you the number of beats or the number of notes in that bar. But the lower number or the bottom number tells you the value of the notes that we are talking about. In this case, if you see a 2 at the bottom of that time signature, just know that the value of the notes is a minim. For example, if it is 2, 2, you will know that the time signature talks about 2 minim beats in each bar. If you see a 4, which is a quarter, just know that we are talking about a crotchet. Crotchets, the value of the crotchets in that bar. And then when you see an eighth, let's say it is a 3, 8. When you see an 8 at the bottom number, just know that we are talking about a quaver. And when you see a 16, just know that we are talking about the semiquavers. For example, if it is 616, we are talking about a song that has a time signature of 616. Just know that we have 6 semiquaver beats in every bar. So the value of notes is very, very important for you to know, because when it comes to grouping of notes and when it comes to composing and when it comes to time signature, you must know the value of these notes. We have a whole note, half note, quarter note, eighth note, 16th note. We even have 32. But now, I don't want us to go beyond a semiquaver at this level. Demi-semiquavers, those ones. But now, at this level, let's go up to semiquavers. Once we advance up there, we are going to look at the others. I have splitted the notes into various units. You see, this semi-breve is equal to 4. It has 4 crotchets or 4 beats. It has a value of, you prolong it as long as 4 counts. When you split it into 2, you are going to have 2 minims. And you can also do it this. You can go ahead and split it more and more and more, depending on your variation, depending on your grouping of the notes, and depending on your taste. Remember we said you cannot compose a song from the beginning to the end, even if it is a 2-2 song, with only the minims being seen there. Those are just chants. Maybe when you are doing a chant, you can do that. But even those chants, they require note variation. So you can just go ahead and split and say, you are going to split this semi-breve more. You take a minim and then you take 2 crotchets. That one will give you a value of, this. And then we go ahead and we take the minim. A minim will give you 2 crotchets. And then you can go ahead and say, I'll give it, in the next bar, I'll give it a crotchet and a set of semiquavers. And then you come here and take a crochet. Those are 2 quavers. And then in the next bar, you go ahead and say, I will give it a quiver and a set of semiquavers. And then you come here down, you say a quiver is equivalent to 2 semiquavers. So because I don't want us to go beyond a semiquaver, that is it. In most cases, composers use the value of a crochet. A crochet has got so many variations. You can see, you can use it as a crochet, and then you can go ahead and split it into 2 quavers, and then you can go ahead and split it into 1 quiver and 2 semiquavers. Maybe you can start with the quiver and 2 semiquavers and vice versa. And then you can also have 4 semiquavers to give you 1 crochet. One voice in a certain bar can do a crochet. And then the other voice in the same bar can do the 4 semiquavers, and the value is the same. That person who is doing the crochet will sing the same value as the person who is doing the 4 semiquavers. Tafatefe. When you are doing the grouping, consider splitting your notes. You cannot use crochets from the beginning to the end. Use a crochet at the beginning. And then, in the next bar, try to use this. You split it into this. And then maybe somewhere in another bar, you use this pattern. That way, you will find that your songs are sweeter, and the rhythm is very sweet. Everybody wants to listen to the rhythm of that song, but it will be too monotonous to use the crochets all along. We are going to look at it in a song in the next lessons, and then we're gonna see how different composers vary their notes from one bar to another bar. It is good to take note of this. Write them somewhere in your book. You're gonna refer to them in the future, and they're gonna help you to know the note value, and they're gonna help you when you are composing. So thank you very much for joining this class. See you in the next class.